is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're having a great day. I went to a card show this weekend and I found something I've been looking for a very, very long time. My personal holy grail of collecting for me. It beats out PSA 10 Psyducks. It beats out master sets of Pokemon. It is single-handedly something I've been searching for a long, long time, and I finally got my hands on it. And that's what I wanted to talk to you today about, was not only showing off what I bought, but how important enjoying what this hobby truly is about, which is collecting. We can all have side businesses or illusions of grandeur for, you know, huge businesses or working for ourselves. But at the core, even when the market is this crazy with cards, value is in the eyes of the beholder. And what I'm going to show you today is priceless for me and will be part of my collection until the day I die. Before we get into showing off exactly what that is and a little bit of story time on why it means so much to me. If you don't know who I am, my name is Bronzgod, and we sell trading cards on Tcgplayer and eBay. We have been averaging about $40,000 a year in sales, selling bulk, looking to ramp that up a little bit in the remainder of the year. In addition to that, we do live stream most days of the week from 8 p.m. Eastern time to, who knows, usually 2 or 3 hours, where we do shop talk, sort, list, talk life, whatever. So feel free to come by and stop one of those. We do now have a Discord that we are actively working on, kind of bare bones at the moment, but we're getting that finally alive. So feel free to join and talk about the same stuff, cards, life, everything in between. In addition to that, I do have 2 other channels, one for gaming, one for weight loss that I'm finally listing on. So we'll have some other stuff there if you guys want to check that out. And we do have some affiliate codes now. So if you want to save any money on some of the things that we're working on, I think I only have one right now, but there's more coming. I'm finally working on getting some things finalized for you. So if you guys want to save a little money, I can make a little money, and we'll all be happy. So let me set the stage, and then we'll show off what we're talking about here. So there are some cards that came out in the early 90s, mid 90s, and they were all pop culture stuff. You had Lion King cards and Aladdin cards, and there's stuff like that now. I mean, you have like Pixar and, you know, Weiss Schwartz and stuff, but this was like solely, you know, Flair, Ultra, and Upper Deck made them, but, you know, anything, Sonic and Mario, and just these very unique looking cards, and they all have their own little flair. In the mid 90s, one of the best cartoons ever created was the 94, 95, I think 96 X-Men. I'm sure you guys have heard the theme music before. If you haven't seen the new series of X-Men 97, it's great. I'm going to show a little clip of the intro probably just so you get a clue of what I'm talking about. But it is a big part of my childhood. So when my dad, when I was, you know, 8, 10, around that age, my dad started getting into selling sports cards. And that was, you know, around when eBay was in its infancy. And I would go to flea markets and card shops with him as he would wheel and deal. And I would kind of learn a little bit of stuff on the back end. But I didn't collect anything yet. And this is probably, I mean, Pokemon either just came out or hadn't even come out yet. So I hadn't even launched onto that or Magic or anything. I'm new to the space altogether. And because of the cartoon series, Flair Ultra came out with an X-Men set. And it's called Flair Ultra X-Men 94. And this is the first thing that I ever collected, ever. The art is abstract. The art on these cards are absolutely beautiful, somewhat realistic looking. And you know, the packs were like $2. So my dad would always give me a couple packs to buy. I rip into them. I didn't know about chase cards yet. So there were always cards I was missing that I could never find. The owner knew my dad good enough to where every now and then when he would get extra ones, he'd let me look through them first. But anyway, I went to this card show and I was able to find a sealed, factory sealed box of Flair Ultra X-Men 94. And I couldn't. I still now am having a hard time talking about it because of how bonkers it was to find it. So I want to break this thing out, and then we're gonna go into a little more story time. But I was blown away, and I don't know. It's amazing. Let's get to it. Here it is. Factory sealed X-Men Fleer Ultra 94. This thing is now with eBay. I probably could have gone on eBay and bought this at any point. But that's not the point of this. If anyone out there collects to any measure, buying what you want is fine. But when you go to a shop or whatever, knowing you want something and then you just randomly come up on it, as a whole another level of feeling. So I go up to this table, and they have an open box of this on the table, and I immediately was like, "Oh my God, is that what I think it is?" And he's like, "Yep. It's all the packs are still there, this, that, the other." And I was like, "Well, how much would you want for a couple? Like, I don't want to just buy one and ruin the whole thing." He's like, "Well, he started hemming and hawing a little bit," and I was like, "It's okay. I'll just think about it and I'll come back." And I was a little bummed because I know he wanted to like not sell just one. And as I walk away, it's a tandem. I'm going to put their link in the description for Instagram. It's TNT Collectibles. They're down in Florida here. The younger guy comes up and goes, "Well, we have a full box, sealed box." And I just went, "What? You're kidding, right?" And he points up, and there it is. It's just like sitting, just like rays are radiating off of it. And I immediately get choked up because this is something I've been looking for so long. And immediately then, all the things I can't even do the stories justice, but all the memories of me just on the ground, on card stores, not even on tables, just boxes on the ground, just sifting through them, busting packs, sleeving things, putting them in binders, all the memories of going to the flea market and hoisting boxes of cards to other tables to see if they wanted anything to help my dad out. All these memories started rushing back, and I couldn't handle it. I started getting a little choked up. I even started to let a little tear or two out because that's how much this means to me. When I look at this, I instantly sink back into my 8-year-old, 9-year-old self, and that's what collecting is all about, right? We talk about a lot of the business side of stuff on the channel, but it's something I've wanted for so long, and now that I have it, like I said in the intro, this is never leaving my possession. I borderline might bury it with me, but at the very least, this will be on my mantle. I got to find an acrylic box. I got to get the measurements on it to get something custom made, or I'm sure the dimensions are available online somewhere, but anyway, so I get a little choked up. I'm getting a little teary-eyed. I'm telling this guy the stories of it, and the old man is getting a little choked up because obviously, if you and your dad or you and a parent are into this hobby, you've had memories like this before. And I see him. It's like a movie. I see the younger guy look at the older guy, and he goes, "Well, we have a complete set too, right?" And I'm just like, "What?" And so they end up giving it to me for free, but I wanted to show, if I can find them. Where did I put them? I don't know where I put them. 1 second. Let me go find them. I wanted to show, I got so excited about them, I almost lost them in my own apartment. I wanted to show what these things look like because they're absolutely stunning. The artwork on these is insane. I paid $250 for the box. Is it worth $250? I don't know. That's what they're going for on eBay. But money didn't mean anything in this case. I didn't have the money. I had to take it out of my business account. So now when I get paid Wednesday, I got to put the money back in. But the art on these cards is so good. And like I said, it's like semi kind of realistic. It's a little abstract, but Gambit, if you were a male and you like X-Men, you probably love Gambit. The color schemes on these things, now these are all like kind of light play, moderate play, but I don't care. Look at that. Oh my gosh. It is impossible to take the smile off my face right now. And it was a day or two ago when I bought this. I think I stared at them for like 30 minutes. I was just like, I cannot believe these things are sitting on my desk right now. And they have like these team up cards too. They have so it says heroes. So these are all superheroes. And then in a minute, we're going to get to all the villains. and like the Magneto art. Where is it? I know Magneto's in here somewhere. Some obscure dudes. You know, not everyone is your most, you know, premium X-Men. But Colossus, like I learned that Colossus was a villain when I got this. Look at Magneto, dude. Oh man, Mr. Sinister, Deadpool. It's just there's so many. Juggernaut is one of my top 3. Yeah, man, this is what collecting's about. You know, it's hard, especially nowadays. You know, when you're running a business and you need to use every dollar for your business to make sure it grows, it's hard to find ways to collect for yourself. That's kind of why I latched on to master sets. I fully plan on never completing any of them. You know, I take my little allotment, buy what I can during the month, but I'm never going to spend $1,000 on a Mega Charizard EX. You know, maybe one day will come where I can afford it, but I'm probably never going to do that. You know, I knock out all the dollar stuff, all the $2 stuff, basically maximizing how many cards I can get with the $10 to $20 I set aside a week. For me, I mean, look at these tag team cards. So good. And then that's it. And that's kind of what you have to do when you're doing this, because, you know, when you have a side hustle or you have a side dream, you need to focus on that. You really do. And, it can be hard. You can get that FOMO. That FOMO really hits hard when you see some of these really pretty cards or you see these PSA 10s. But when you have a card that's $2,000 or $3,000 and you're trying to build something, it's hard to enjoy it for the collectability and not just for the value. But yeah, I couldn't be happier. And I would love to hear from you. What is that thing for you? It could be a Pokemon card. It could be some obscure, I don't know, 1980s NASCAR racing thing. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but I would love to hear your stories on what you seek for the most, what you want the most. Have you gotten it? Are you still searching? Cause yeah, man, this feeling I'm going to have is going to be with me probably for the rest of the week. And, words can't describe it. Words really can't describe how awesome this feels to be holding this. Anyway, I appreciate you guys very much. I'd love to hear from you, and we'll see you again soon. Hope you have a good one, and take care.